Afternoon, everybody. We're back. I'm back from Indianapolis. Had my seed meeting, kickoff meeting down there yesterday and today. And well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. It was eventful. It was eventful. But right now, I'm loading up the drone trailer. We're going to mix up a tote of chemicals and try and go spray some off tonight. I don't know how much we're going to get done, but I'm going to try and get some done. So it's been a day. We are loaded up. Generators are fueled up. We got a full tote plus a little bit left in one from the other day. I don't know if we're gonna get all that sprayed out tonight, but let's go see what we can do. While we're driving, let me tell you about my day. And yesterday a little bit. Yesterday, I met up with the guy that I work with doing seed, the warehouse account and stuff. And we drove down to Indianapolis together. All good. Got there. We had a decent afternoon at our kickoff meeting. Rah rah, go team. Everybody's happy. And then had a good evening. We had, happy hour and we had dinner. And then I managed to organize a group of people to head over to Top Golf in Fishers there. And we had a good time. Went back to the hotel. Had a good time. Went to bed. All is good. I woke up this morning. And pretty quickly realized that my truck was no longer in the parking garage. Yeah. My Ram was stolen last night in the middle of the night. Stolen. Gone. So I get to deal with that today. So just word of advice, if you drive a newer Ram truck, Chrysler product, apparently it's all Chrysler products, don't stay at the Sheraton Hotel at Keystone Crossing in Indianapolis because somebody will steal it. Talked to the police and they said, yeah, we had one exactly like that stolen last week from the same parking lot, or the parking lot right next door. Great. Okay. Apparently, they have found a way to spoof the key fobs and unlock your doors and start your truck, car, whatever. Because the keys were in my pocket the whole time. It was locked. 100% guaranteed. Yeah, that sucks. So, I don't have a truck at the moment. And I'm waiting to hear back from the police department to see if they're going to do anything, or if anything is, nothing's going to happen. They might find it. It will probably be an undrivable condition. And looks like I might be truck shopping. That kind of sucks. Alright, first flight here. We are up in our irrigated field. Whoa, where are you going? And we're going to see what we can get done. There's 175 acres here. We will not get all that tonight. Oh yeah, it's spraying. I can't even see it spraying, but it is. It's looking a little dry up here, especially along this edge, but you get a little more compaction on the end rows. Out in the field, it looks really good, but we got to keep that rain machine moving. So it's working on its 7th pass of the year right now. We're going to see if we can't get 50 to 75 acres of it sprayed here tonight, and we're going to come back and finish it tomorrow, and hopefully have a big day spraying tomorrow. Got that shuttle empty. There wasn't a ton in there. What did we end up? 45 gallons or so. My buddy's over here picking up his straw bales. That is not our wheat field, but the same guy that bales ours bales that. He's out picking up bales right now over there. He's got some baling to do yet, but they've made a lot of progress this last week or so here because of how dry it's been. So good for them. We are very slowly making some progress. It's just going to take a while in this big field. Still going well here. We're, what are we at? 47.5 acres done so far. This thing can get us over 50. We're moving along. It's going all right. I don't know what time it is. We're probably not going to work too much longer. I want to get at least 60 done though, so we'll try and get to that. I don't want to do it now because I don't want to hear all the background noise of the generators, but I want to in this video talk about kind of the legal requirements and what all it took to get legal to fly. I thought I would do that at some point, and I haven't yet. I'm flying a drone, so it's a good video to do that because it's a little short one since I didn't start working until like 5:30. All right, I wrapped her up there. We did about 74 acres or something. We're right at just under 100 to go. So that's good. We'll finish that up in the morning, and then we're going to try and do a bunch more. We'll see how far we can make it tomorrow. Smell the corn pollen still. Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to go sit on the back porch and talk here in a little bit, I think. I'm going to go see my kids. My kid has already claimed my parking spot. That's hilarious. All right, ready, girl. We got to tell everybody what it takes to be legal to fly a drone. Should we do that? Okay. So here was the process that I had to go through to fly this DJI T50 legally. And I am not a lawyer. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just telling you what I had to do to make sure that I had all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, right? First thing you have to do, well, there's two things you can do first. One, you can get your Part 107 license. You have to have a Part 107 license from the FAA. That is a drone pilot's license that you have to do for any commercial drone piloting. That means if you are a real estate agent taking pictures of a house for sale, anything you're doing for money, for profit, you have to have that Part 107 license. Sis, you got to just sit still. You're too distracting. You can sit here, but you got to be still. That wasn't terribly hard to get. It was $175, I think, to take the test. You have to go to an FAA-approved testing center and do that. Frankly, I thought some of the questions on the test were dumb for drone pilots, like runway markings and some of that kind of stuff, but that's what you got to do. Study for it a little bit. I took a couple of practice tests, and I passed first try, no problem. The next thing you have to do is have a registered drone. And so in order to register a drone, you have to have a drone serial number. So in order to have a serial number, you have to buy one. Stop that. Nobody wants to see your food. That's gross. So I bought the drone, right back around Thanksgiving time, and the first week of December, we submitted the paperwork, serial number, all the information that the FAA needed, plus the $5 registration fee, mailed that to Oklahoma City to the FAA center out there because if it's over 55 pounds, you can't just do it online. You have to mail in the information. So we did that. You have to wait for that to come back. Once you have that, and you have your Part 107 license, then you can submit for the exemptions. I need to look this up. All right, so after you've got your drone registration, a tail number, basically, you have to get the exemptions. And the exemptions are for things like being overweight, over 55 pounds, for being no visual line of sight, for being able to fly at night, for being able to dispense an economic poison, for no visual observer, for swarming, there's a whole list. There's like 30-something lists of exemptions or clauses that are part of this Part 137 exemption, or sometimes it's referred to as like a 44807 exemption, something. But it's basically one big blanket exemption for all of those things. Instead of submitting for each one individually, you just get them all, whether you think you're going to need it or not. So for me, I bought the drone around Thanksgiving. Submitted the paperwork the first week of December for the registration. Got my Part 107 license like the second week of December. Got the registration back finally the third week of March, I believe. Immediately submitted that to the FAA to get my 137 exemptions. Did not receive those until I think the third or fourth week of June. Once you have all of those from the FAA, you then have to send the FAA an email and say, hey, FAA, here's my information. You gave me a pilot's license, Part 107 pilot's license. Here's the certificate or the number for that. You gave me a drone tail number. Here's my N number. And you gave me a 137 exemptions. Here's all that information. Can I please fly my drone? And then they issue you a COA or a certificate of operation. That's what you need to legally fly the drone. Then, if you're going to actually spray with it, now your state Department of Agriculture gets involved. So I had to go take the test, the pesticide applicators test for the state of Ohio, and I had to get aerial applicator license,
which is the same license that drone or that commercial airplane sprayer pilots have to get, not commercial airline pilots, but commercial like crop duster pilots have to have. And then because I was doing it and I didn't already have them in place, I also took the herbicide applicator license and pesticide applicator license for things like insecticides and fungicides and stuff. And I took a fertilizer applicator one because I was there and I thought, well, let's just take all the tests in one day, right? So took all of those in December and found out that I passed them early in January. So I have all of that stuff in place. Finally got my certificate of operating, sometime the first week or two of July. I don't remember when it was exactly. I'd have to go back and look, but it's a long process. It took me from Thanksgiving until almost the 4th of July to become actually legal to spray and fly that drone. That's just crazy to me. The process and how long it takes to get everything. But like I said, I hired a lawyer to do the paperwork and stuff for me. I highly recommend you do that. They will walk you through every step of it if it's something you're thinking about and trying to do. I don't recommend trying to figure it all out on your own because any little mistake on your paperwork is going to delay the process even longer. But to think you're going to buy a drone now or a drone in April and be legal to spray with it that summer, you're crazy. It's not going to happen. So start early. I recommend starting now or, by September just to be able to spray in the spring with it next year. So anyway, that's my experience with it.
So thanks for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Kind of a crappy day. My truck got stolen this morning. Doesn't sound like I'm ever going to see it again. They said they might find it within a couple of days. They might not. They said at a minimum it'll be ripped apart. They ripped the dashes out, steal the radios and a bunch of stuff out of it and whatever. I had some debit cards and credit cards in the console that was a bad deal. Sorry. Yeah, so I had some a credit card and a couple of debit cards in the center console that they immediately started trying to use. That's how I found out that something was wrong, because I got fraud alerts, got all that stuff locked down, had a couple of checkbooks in there, had to freeze all of those bank accounts because now they got the account numbers and everything. That was just a giant pain. The rest of the stuff, I had a car seat in there. I had all my Menards rebates are in there. Dang it. Frustrating. I had some ratchet straps and some hitch receivers and nothing super valuable, nothing that can't be replaced really. Thankfully, nobody was around, nobody got hurt, nothing, it wasn't any jeopardizing anything like that, but still super frustrating. Not a good situation, not something I thought I would ever have to deal with, but yeah, I guess that's what you get for going to the big cities. Have a great night, everybody. We're going to spray with a drone all day tomorrow. We're going to try and cover at least 200, if not 300 acres with it. We'll see how we do. Hopefully the weather cooperates, but it's a beautiful night. I should have kept spraying tonight, probably. That's all right. We'll be fine. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Have a better night than I did last night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Check it out, guys. Check it out. So, we have here a 2020 Ram 1500 Limited. It is very, very nice.